Thank you and welcome to the show for today. The topic today is services for ex-offenders, and we're fortunate to have with us to talk about services for ex-offenders Pastor KWalker, in addition to Ms. Sherry Jackson and Mr. Leon Summers. And of course, Pastor Walker, let me not only welcome the three of you, but also to start with you by having you to give us some information about your background, education, and some of your experiences. And perhaps Ms. Jackson, as well as Mr. Summers, could also give us similar kind of information during this first segment. And then we could get into the show dealing with services for ex-offenders. Let's start with you.
Okay, sounds good, Dr. Haney. First of all, let me say thank you, Dr. Haney, once again for allowing me the opportunity and come on your show, because you've been very instrumental in the community in exposing and highlighting different issues and things. As you say, my name is Pastor KWalker.
Pastor KWalker.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know if my mother's name is Pastor, but you know, my name is Kelvin Walker, Pastor Kelvin Walker. I pastor the Hands of God Christian Church. We meet at the Millennium Maxwell House Hotel. I was born right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Educated as long as I wanted to be in the public school systems of Nashville. Finally, one day got kicked out, ended up in the Navy, did some time in the Navy, got out of the Navy, just basically a wild person, you know, and just doing my own thing. Got out of the Navy, went and got a GED, spent a little time at Tennessee State University, wanted to major in, wanted to become a fashion designer, went in, majored in clothing and textile, you know, home economics was emphasis on clothing and textile. That didn't work out too well, strung out on drugs, doing drugs all the time, ended up incarcerated in the prison system, did some further studies through Tribeca East Campus prison program as well. Didn't get a degree in anything, Dr. Haney, just a measure of knowledge and understanding about how to live life and how to help others find that pathway to live life as well. So that's basically who I am and what I'm all about today.
Very good. And Ms. Jackson.
Hi, I'm Sherry Jackson. I am originally from Chicago, Illinois. I've been here 24 years. I have 3 children that is in college. I am also in college at TSU currently, but I am an ex-offender, which I have 7 felonies, and once I got out, I realized that there was no one out here to help the ex-offenders, so I wrote the program while I was incarcerated, so I started this program to help the ex-offenders, and this is where I'm at now.
Okay, Leon.
My name is Leon Summers. I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised here. Things about me is that at the age of 11 years old, my mother killed my father, and it made a life turn in my life. From there, I was taken from a foster home. Been in the foster home until I was around about 16 years old. Was a runaway, been on the streets, in and out, pillar to post. Auntie found me, took me to Mississippi, went to high school, got all the way to the 12th grade, quit, came back to Nashville, Tennessee. And for some kind of way, instead of me doing the right thing, drugs led into drugs and incarcerated and locked up in the prison system.
Very good. And of course, Reverend Walker, since you know both of these individuals over the next 2 minutes, why don't you tell me something about them and what impressed you so that you felt that we ought to be able to talk to the 2 of them today?
Well, Dr. Haney, first of all, Ms. Jackson, Sherry Jackson, I met her not too long ago, and one of the things that brought us together is, first of all, our passion and our desire to reach out and help other people who've experienced the same type of life-changing things that we've experienced ourselves, you know, with the incarceration and the like, you know, myself being an ex-offender also. And I found out there was a lady in town that was a strong lady that had a program going on called Hugs and was reaching out to help ex-offenders to make that transition back into free world society, because the resources, you know, are limited, especially in proportion to the number of people who are incarcerated and released back into society. And when you factor in the fact that over 97% of the people incarcerated do come back, you know, there are great need for programs as the like that she has, and she's doing a great work in Nashville doing that. And as far as Mr. Summers here is actually currently incarcerated. He's on the work release program. I met him out at Riverbend prison, maximum security prison, doing our church service. He's coming to church. So contrary to popular belief, you know, people in church, they don't just get jailhouse religion, but we have been able to hire him on work release, and he's been our minister of music over at the Hands of God Christian Church. He's coming up for parole here pretty soon here, and just been doing some phenomenal things, and we've just been working with him for over the last maybe 3 years now, and just helping him to make that transition in this process, and everything is moving smoothly.
And so you think that both of them, over those last 50 seconds that we have have the kind of information that we've been talking about for the last 20 years
Yes,
in
sir.
a real sense.
Absolutely.
Dealing with the incarcerated persons. And I think Ms. Jackson has a program
Yes.
that really deals with that as an issue. And she calls it HUGGS, but she calls it HUG.
Yes, she don't get you.
But and of course, and we say that, Ms. Jackson, so that when we come back, you'll be the first person that we'll start with when we have you to explain this program, the letters that are associated with that, and say everything that you wish to about it. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial. Show for today, we're talking to